pretty crazy. Here we are at the world premiere of The Boys at the Antony Starr Festival. Kind of describe what's going on here.
Look, it's great. This project's been a long time in the making. It was conceived, I think, 20 years ago. So it's finally found a time and a group that are able to put it together, and we're just excited to launch.
And what was it about this story that made you want to be a part of it?
Just basically to play someone that has muscles. No. Look, honestly, like, I love the superhero thing that's going on at the moment. I think it's timely. It inverts the norm, and anything that's slightly about face, slightly warped, I'm into. So, it was a no-brainer for me.
Well, and it's a comedy, right? But the premise of it reflects a little bit of what's happening in the world today, right?
100%. This is a metaphor for if celebrities have power, if that was taken to the extreme, and throw a superhero suit on it, and some muscles and some bells and whistles, and we've got some kind of debauched, weird, strange little show that gives us an alternate reality on what could happen. Thank you so much.
Congratulations on having the series have its world premiere here at the 18th Annual Tribeca Film Festival.
Very happy about that, extremely happy about that.
What makes the Tribeca Film Festival the perfect place to have The Boys premiere?
I mean, listen, Tribeca just has so much history, from its founding fathers of, Robert De Niro and all the greats that come from New York cinematic history to where we are now, where they're including TV and all of how the business has changed and transformed into, so much stuff going on so many different platforms. It's just the perfect place.
What was it about the script, The Boys, the character, that you were drawn to?
The fact that it was written over 10 years ago about what would happen if our society became driven by celebrity culture and worshiping that cult following. And what happens when those people get unlimited power and decide to use it incorrectly. And that's where we are today in our story. So when I read it, it just meant so much from what's happening today, and it spoke so accurately to the things that we can turn on the news now and watch literally right before our eyes, that it was something that I felt like I could add some value to.
Wonderful. Thank you, Laz. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Congratulations. Tell me about The Boys, your character, and what is this series all about and why you wanted to do it?
Okay, so The Boys is about, it takes place in our world, but essentially if our world had these superheroes, but if the themes that were going on in our world were still relevant. So basically it's just the whole concept of if superheroes really did have this extent of powers that we imply them to have, would all of them be good, and would all of them do good things? And I think the truth behind it is that power usually corrupts, and people in high places tend to abuse their level of power. So it's sort of, as if superheroes were really flawed human beings just with powers. And my character comes into the mix because there is a core group of superheroes called the Seven. They're really worshipped, they're really revered, and they're like the celebrities of the world. And my character becomes the newest member of the Seven, and she's a very earnest young woman who just wants to save the world. And then she meets them and she realizes that this group of superheroes that she has always idolized are in fact the opposite of what she expects. And it's just a really topical, interesting show because it takes place, like I said, in the world where the current problems we have going on, such as people in high places not facing consequences, and people taking advantage of their level of power, but with superheroes in the mix. So it's fun.
And just one real quick question. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I think, honestly, I've thought about this a lot. I love the concept of invisibility. Like, to be honest, I love being able to just go wherever I want and no one being able to see me. But there are a few. I also love the idea of having a protective shield around me so I could go to anywhere in the universe, like outer space, bottom of the ocean, that no one else has seen. And I also would love to be able to eat copious amounts of food without gaining weight. But I feel like that's what everyone wants. Yeah. Probably that.
Thank you. So here you are.
Here I am.
Premiere of The Boys at the 18th Annual Tribeca Film Festival.
Yeah.
Kind of describe what it feels like to be here on the red carpet.
Well, it feels good. You know, it's an Amazon TV show, obviously, so to be able to have an actual premiere and to have everyone here, we had a big dinner. It feels nice, you know, to be accepted in the Tribeca, and it, you know, comes out July 26th. So it's nice to, you know, have this moment. It's good. A lot of hard work. So yeah.
And what was it about the story that made you want to be involved in the series?
I like the character. For me, I haven't done too much comedy, and for me, my character was a little bit out there, a little bit just to show a different side of me. I thought it was like way off the wall. It's a wild show, wild script. You know, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg doing it, I was, you know, it was a no-brainer. So yeah.
And is there a sort of a central message in the film? I know it's a comedy, but I think the premise kind of reflects maybe what's happening in the world today.
You're right. I agree with you. Yeah, there are dark comedic elements to it, but I think, you know, it's sort of what happens when power goes awry, right? And the people that don't have enough power try and take down the people that are abusing the power, which is interesting, and it, you know, flips that superhero genre on its head a little bit. It's not very altruistic. It's a satire. All the characters, as far as the superheroes go, are satirical. So for me, that's a lot of fun. So yeah.
To the Tribeca Film Festival.
Yes, it's so exciting to be here.
So tell me about The Boys. What was it about this script that you wanted to be a part of?
The Boys is awesome. It is so fun and funny, and it's it's raw and edgy and surprising, and I love all the actors. All the actors are incredible, and the writing is incredible. And for the first time in my life, in a very long time, I'm really excited to be in something.
Wonderful. And can you just tell us really quickly what it's like to have it premiere here at Tribeca?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I've always loved Tribeca Film Festival. Probably like 10 years ago, I had a film in the festival, and I've always hoped that one day I'd have another film. So very happy that it's a television show, but you know, it's kind of like a film. It feels like a film. It's that kind of production.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy.
The Boys, it's a deeper, more complex take on superheroes. You know, there's so many like different movies that have established superheroes as people to look up to, and this show takes it and it spins it in a direction, and we ask, what if superheroes had no morals? You know, so I feel like we're really going deeper into the philosophy and the psychology of what it would mean to have powers.
Do you answer that question? Do you answer the question of what if superheroes had too much power and used it for their own personal gain?
Yes, we do. You know, I feel like it's a rabbit hole because the more power you have, you know, the more consequences your actions have, right? And we just go down this deep, dark web, and you see that really, you know, we're so used to good guys and bad guys, but in this show, I think we see that they're just people in difficult situations. And
it can be a reflection of the times we're in now, right? I mean, I think even though it's a comedy and it's fiction, right, doesn't the premise kind of mirror what's happening today?
It really does, in many ways. And I feel like we go serious, we go dark. So you have action, you have comedy, you have drama. You know, there's some thrill in it, and there's some stuff you've never seen on TV before. So
let me ask you this: we're at the Tribeca Film Festival. This is a series, television series, right? So, what's it like to have? I mean, it's a world premiere here at Tribeca.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, I've heard so much about Tribeca. This is my first time being here, actually, because I'm from Canada, and so it's great to be here with the cast and to be part of such an amazing film festival. And it feels like a movie when you watch it. Like, I remember the first time we all got together to watch it. It was on a big screen, and I was like, I knew it was going to happen, but I was still on the edge of my seat. I was like, oh, no, they're going to do, oh, damn. You know, it was crazy. And I think everybody's in for a wild ride.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
The 18th Annual Tribeca Film Festival.
Yeah.
With a TV series having its world premiere.
I know. I was like, okay, my TV show is premiering at a film festival. Cool, I'm not complaining. This is amazing. Like, to bring it to New York, and I went to NYU, so it's just to come back and have this amazing show here. It's just been incredible.
And of course, to have it at Tribeca.
Yes, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I mean, the fact that our like super, you know, adult superhero show is in this film festival is just, it's a dream come true, really.
Well, and let's talk about the series. You play Huey. Tell me about your character.
Huey is he's a good-natured but naive and a little sheltered guy who he's from Queens. He works in this audio-visual store, and one day his life is completely changed due to collateral damage from a superhero. And he's then manipulated and recruited into this shadowy organization called the Boys, and tried to get revenge for the death of somebody that he loves. And it's been amazing to play this character. I love him so much, and to track his growth episode per episode has been so amazing and challenging and fulfilling in all the amazing ways. Seriously.
And is it possible to sum up what you love about the character so much?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I relate to him a lot. I really do. Certain aspects, not so much, but the important stuff, I feel like I can see a lot of myself in Huey.
Anything in particular you can
Okay. Yeah, he has a tendency to be very, very awkward in certain social situations, so I feel like that's me most of the time.
And one last question for you. I know it's comedy, it's talking about superheroes which don't exist, but the purpose of the film really kind of is a reflection, it's a mirror of what's happening today when you talk about people that are supposed to do good, who abuse their own power for personal gain. Kind of talk about the relevancy of what's happening today and why this series now.
Totally. Well, when I first read the script, I didn't realize that it was based off a comic book series. Then when I got the role, obviously I burned through all the comics, but I just thought someone wrote a script, our amazing showrunner Eric Kripke wrote a script about the world as it is today with all of its flaws, and then he just added superheroes in it. I didn't think it was based off of anything because it is so timely and so important, and it brings up, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, it brings up a lot of issues that are real and happening, and I think we need to talk about.
For joining us.
Thank you.
Congratulations, the world premiere of The Boys.
I know, really exciting.
At the film festival.
I know, amazing.
Yeah, what's amazing about it?
I mean, look, I'm like a TV guy. I'm not used to just to even have red carpets or have a crowd even see your stuff in general is amazing. I'm usually in my underwear on a couch watching the stuff that I made, so this is kind of quite special.
And talk to me about the writing for The Boys. Like, why the story? What was it like to write the story, the characters, all of it?
We had it's honestly, it's could be the most fun I've ever had writing a show. We started by just let's take the piss out of superheroes, but the deeper we got into it, it's about celebrity and it's about politics and it's about like these all-powerful people who rule over the 99% and use celebrity and media to do it. So it ended up being like a remarkably current show, and it sort of was like endlessly interesting in terms of areas you could explore.
This is a fictional comedy, but the way you just described it, it sounds like it could be based on fact.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit of satire. It's action and satire. It's got a lot of heart. We really care about the characters and putting the characters forward. It's like the TV business. You live and die based on how strong the characters are. But no, it's all of it. I will say, like, it gives us all, as the writers, an outlet for our rage. So there's that.
Yeah, and when you talk, when you talk about you wanted to take the piss out of superheroes, what was the genesis for the idea?
Well, it's based on this amazing, brilliant comic by Garth Ennis, who is my all-time favorite comic book writer. And really, it just asks the question, what would superheroes be like if they actually existed in our world? And the answer is they'd be huge douchebags. I mean, they'd be obsessed with image, obsessed with fame. They'd be the world's greatest celebrities. But behind closed doors, they would be very debauched and deranged. And so the idea of just that there was a group of guys who could spank them when they got too far out of line was just really appealing to me. The superhero myth is so big now that it's time to sort of, puncture it a little bit.
Wonderful. And any surprises in there that you think will...
I think there's surprises in every episode. It's the strangest, weirdest, most insane show I've ever worked on by a mile. And I can guarantee, like money back guarantee, that every episode is going to be the craziest damn thing you've ever seen. But I also think like the craziest thing the show does is like it actually like makes you feel emotional. Like we thought like the wildest thing the show could do beyond all the sex and violence is make you actually care about the characters. And so, I hope that's what we set out to do.